tournament series that came and went, but I remember like 2GG was one of the big ones, and then I remember like, okay, now I know what tournaments to look out for, and I remember Hobby was actually always putting information for what tournaments are available every day. So shout outs to him. But speaking of shout outs, right now we're going to see Silhouette versus Saladin coming out in this game one. Two very floaty characters, a Puff versus a Rosalina and Luma.
I really, I really am not sure about Silhouette's pick with Jigglypuff. As we do know, Luma does kill people way heavier than Jigglypuff at around 39%. If Silhouette doesn't play correctly, he will die really quickly. But then again, Saladin is a floaty Rosalina, and one rest can kill her around 30%.
Yeah, exactly. So Saladin has to pay attention to the fact that Silhouette could be looking for some nice little rest confirms. Not only that, you can punish a lot of rolls with rest. We actually saw that coming out from Sin last night over at Mega Smash Mondays. So it was nice to see how a Puff player could probably look at that set and say, hey, all right, this guy's Sin, punish with rest a lot. So we could be seeing Silhouette punish with that. But I do know Saladin's very keen to actually take the lead in this game, and he's pretty much taking it very, very positively.
Yeah, Saladin was actually playing really interestingly. Even when he didn't have Luma, he was going in against the Jigglypuff, because Jigglypuff's really stubby with her hitboxes, and Rosalina just out-prioritizes what Jigglypuff wants to do.
Yeah.
What
a little bit of a flub there. What a commitment and no payoff.
Tech.
Yeah.
No tech, and your double jump's gone from the footstool. You hate to see it happen, but it does happen. You just have to shake it off. This Jigglypuff is at 137.
Yeah, exactly. This is looking like a pretty dead Puff, and that downer will definitely confirm that death all the way through. That's kind of what I like to see about some players. If you take a death like that, you should always shake it off. Always tell yourself, like, no, I'm still in the game. It's a two-stock format. I can still make the comeback. You know, we see a lot of players making comebacks a lot, and Saladin poised to just continue on and keep his composure.
Yeah, I want to see Saladin utilize Rosalina's roll and air dodges a little bit more, because Rosalina does go invisible, and it's hard for Jigglypuff to really punish anything, considering all of her hitboxes and how hard it is to just track Rosalina's with her air mobility.
Yeah, I definitely want to see coming from Saladin. I do want to see a little bit of more cautious gameplay too. I mean, looking at it, like he put a lot of effort into that first stock, but then, you know, Silla was able to walk away with it, so he has to be careful because this is a pretty even game coming down to it. If he starts committing a little too much and Silhouette's very keen to punish that, he could punish that with a rest and start setting up for that.
Yeah, Saladin is getting a little bit too antsy without Luma here. Luma is basically a second shield for Rosalina, and it's a stronger hitbox, especially as we know. I don't know why Saladin was opting to go in a little bit more when he didn't have Luma.
Oh, no
but
tech.
Can we tech, please?
Okay.
Okay, nice recovery.
Unfortunate for Silhouette. I feel that Silhouette actually saw the opportunity to be like, okay, I can either A, get the footstool, B, get this hit and stop Saladin, or C, come back to the stage. And I felt that he went for option B, and unfortunately Saladin already decided to press the ejecto-cito and come back to the stage.
I feel like to do that with Jigglypuff, who does not have an up B recovery move, is a bit too risky for what percent they were at. Even though it's a high-risk, high-reward situation and they both missed their attacks, there's still a chance that Saladin could come back free.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rosalina's recovery is crazy.
Yeah, it definitely goes from the depths, and it has no hitbox, so you can punish it. Silhouette was probably looking for that, but it was a little too late on that.
I'm actually surprised they went to Battlefield, though. But it could be that Jigglypuff dies way later that they went here.
The ceiling is a little bit different in here in Battlefield, and the blast zones are more closer on the sides. That gives Jigglypuff a little bit more ability to live longer when it comes to dying on top, but that also lets Saladin know that he might have to change his game plan, how he chooses to take the stock. One thing to do note, though, is Jigglypuff is very, very light, so she still can die, but it's not going to be as early as usually it is on Battlefield.
I'd like to point out that it's a lot easier for Jigglypuff to get laddered, especially with these platforms and Luma when she's on the field. But Silhouette's doing a really good job of keeping Luma out of the picture when Saladin is not around Luma.
All right, cautious play coming out from Silhouette. This is his edge guard opportunity here. Looks like he's trying to find it, but Saladin tossing in Luma for good measure. Just quickly looking to come back on the stage, and Luma's back on the stage, holding it down for Saladin, but unfortunate. He tries to think that the platform is safe, and Silhouette is quickly sniping him out.
That's a nice catch from Silhouette. Just calling out Saladin's jump, since Saladin has not been really doing anything else but drop zone jump and jump from ledge.
Yeah. All right, Saladin poised to just try to find this comeback here, but he has to be careful. Silhouette is pretty much at death percent. Calls back Azuma. I actually thought I was going to leave it there, but there's
Okay,
a
that
footstool.
footstool's
Yeah,
gonna kill
that's
him.
gone. That's gone. That's gone.
Really, really nice call out from Saladin. It's really hard to actually count how many jumps Jigglypuff has when you're in the heat of the moment.
Oh my
Speaking of
god!
Your footstooled me and died. Take this stock.
Wait, I think it's over. Is it no?
No,
wait.
no.
It's
It's 1-1.
It's 1-1. Okay. I'm so sorry. That was unfortunate. Like, Saladin was put in such a tough spot, and then the fact that like Silhouette is like, okay, I can actually footstool you, and I've been seeing Silhouette. Like we said it earlier, Silhouette has been fighting these footstools pretty often. So it
Yeah,
looks
when you're in Jigglypuff, you have to know like people are going to try to footstool you, so you have to go around and footstool them instead.
yeah. All right, there's a quick up throw coming up from Silhouette, and that's going to put neutral in a reset. But Saladin finding himself back in the stage. I do want to see Saladin space himself a little bit more. I know that he can definitely close out this game against Silhouette. It's not over yet.
That was nice. Just earlier, that was nice shield press. By Luma.
Wow. The only thing going away from there is actually the Luma, and Silhouette not going to like that.
Saladin not really getting too heavy of a punish off of it. Just opting for easy damage. Can please,
Speaking
Saladin.
of easy, I mean, that was quite the easy situation there. Silhouette poised to just take it.
Yeah.
Saladin without stage tech.
Yeah, Silhouette is just taking advantage of Saladin's mistechs right now. And if anything, Rosalina is a character without a hitbox on her up B, so you have to learn how to tech those. Especially with characters like Fox who have very linear recoveries, you have to know when you're going to hit the stage and when you need to tech it.
Exactly. It's kind of a crucial gameplay that you always want to have in mind. If you are maining this character, you always want to know when to tech, but you also need to get your techs on point, because if you are maining Fox or Rosalina and Luma, like you said, getting your techs on point is super key to surviving, and it's even super key to you winning at times.
Yeah. Like, we've seen players such as MK Leo versus Elegant, how Elegant's crucial tech against MK Leo did net him the set on winner's side in GTX.
Yeah. All right.
Silhouette needs to stop approaching, even though Jigglypuff does have the lead right now. He needs to stop approaching.
Yeah, a lot of commitment there. He's not fighting in much. If he does approach, I want to see him hold that shield and probably find a grab situation that he could be in. But he's not doing that. He's looking to just get rid of Luma.
His biggest problem right now, he's trying to challenge both Luma and Rosalina.
Yeah.
He needs to start challenging Rosalina more when he could get Luma away safely.
All right.
Just like that.
Yeah, really, really good. Luma's away safely, but Saladin quickly calls the Luma back. This is Silhouette's edge guard, and he's able to find it with that quick back air. Super powerful there. And it's really, really hard to actually just say, like, hey, that back air is powerful. Oh, my God. And now you're gone, and now the game's over, and now you walked out with a 2-1.
Yeah, Silhouette taking a breath of fresh air. Thanking himself for calling out the jumps as he did in Game 2 and Game 1. He started calling out those jumps more precisely towards the end of Game 2, and we saw it come into full fruition during the end of Game 3.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that Silhouette needed to hold shield